So right now, there's this absolute panic sweeping through the global auto industry. And what's causing it? Well, it's a car. A car that just launched and is completely rewriting all the rules. It's like a bomb just went off, and you can feel the shockwaves hitting every major car brand from Detroit to Germany to Japan. Okay, just look at this number for a second. $7,800. Go ahead, let that sink in. And just to be clear, we're not talking about some beat-up used car or maybe a down payment. No, that is the full price for a brand new, totally modern, fully electric car. I mean, that just sounds impossible, right? So, that's the big mystery we're going to unpack here. How on earth did a company pull this off? And more importantly, why is everyone calling this little hatchback a silent killer that's poised to take down the entire EV establishment? All right, let's get into it. First things first, let's meet the car at the center of this whole storm, the BYD Seagull. And you've got to understand, it's not just the price that's making waves, it's what you actually get for that unbelievably low price. Now, you might be thinking, for that price, it's got to be just a metal box on wheels, right? Well, wrong. The Seagull has this sharp, modern design that honestly looks like it costs way, way more. And when you get inside, you're greeted by a massive rotating touchscreen, a digital dash. I mean, this thing is packed with tech. And that combination is why it sold over 200,000 units in just its first 6 months. But the design, believe it or not, isn't even the craziest part. The real secret? Well, that's hiding under the floor. Okay, so here's secret number 1, the battery. See, while pretty much everyone else was chasing super high performance with these expensive, sometimes kind of volatile battery chemistries, BYD, they zigged when everyone else zagged. They poured all their resources into perfecting a technology that most of their rivals had completely overlooked. One that turned out to be cheaper, much safer, and way more durable. They went all in on something called LFP, or Lithium Iron Phosphate. The key thing to know about this chemistry is that it's incredibly stable. It doesn't need expensive and controversial materials like cobalt, and it's way, way less likely to have what's called thermal runaway, which is just the fancy way of saying a battery catching fire. And this is where it gets really clever. BYD didn't just use LFP, they reinvented it with their own blade battery design. So while competitors were shelling out big bucks for more expensive NMC batteries that had a higher fire risk, BYD was perfecting a battery that was safer, cheaper, and could last for over 3,000 charge cycles. This became their, you could always call it, an unfair advantage. And get this, the performance they managed to squeeze out of this cheaper, safer tech is pretty incredible. We're talking up to 400 kilometers of range, and it can fast charge in just half an hour. BYD has literally shown videos of them piercing, crushing, and overheating these batteries, and they just don't burst into flames. Think about that. They've basically built one of the safest batteries on the planet and stuck it in one of the cheapest cars. But wait a minute, a cheap battery is one thing, but that alone doesn't get you all the way down to $7,800. No way. For the rest of the story, the other half of this magic trick, we've got to look at how BYD actually builds things. You know, when BYD, which started out just making rechargeable batteries, when they decided to jump into the car business back in 2003, people pretty much laughed at them. The big question everyone was asking was, how is a battery company going to make cars? Turns out, being a battery company was their ace in the hole all along. Here's their magic trick. BYD is what you call a vertically integrated machine. What does that mean? Well, most car companies, they buy their batteries, their motors, their electronics from tons of different suppliers. Not BYD. They make almost everything themselves. From the raw materials to their own blade battery, to the electric motors and even the computer chips. By cutting out all the middlemen, they slash their costs to a level that their competitors just can't match. So you've got this amazing battery tech and this super efficient, cost-crushing business model. And that's what puts them on a collision course with, well, the undisputed king of the EV world. And this is where you can really see the problem for companies like Tesla. I mean, just look at these numbers. The gap is insane. A base Model 3 is over 35 grand. VW is hoping to get their affordable EV down to maybe 26,000. The Seagull, under 8. You could literally buy a whole fleet of Seagulls for the price of one basic Model 3. But here's the thing. This isn't really about a head-to-head fight for the same person. Tesla is all about premium buyers in wealthy countries. They sell performance and high-end tech. BYD is playing a totally different game. They're going after the global mass market, the millions of commuters and families in places like Latin America and Southeast Asia who just need a practical, affordable electric car. That's a massive part of the global market that Tesla right now just can't touch. And believe me, this strategy, it is absolutely working. While Tesla focuses on profit margins, BYD is all about volume. And by the end of 2023, thanks to cars like the Seagull, BYD just quietly cruised past Tesla to become the world's #1 seller of EVs by volume. Okay, so this is way bigger than just BYD versus Tesla. The fact that the Seagull even exists is sending shockwaves through the entire global auto industry and forcing everyone to change their plans. So what are they doing? They're flooding into these emerging markets, places where people are desperate for affordable EVs. And they're basically locking up millions of customers before the big Western brands can even get their foot in the door. They're establishing a global dominance from the ground up. And the ripple effects from this one little car is just huge. It's forcing Ford, VW, and everyone else to scramble and rethink their entire EV strategy. It's speeding up EV adoption in the developing world faster than anyone thought possible. And it's even got governments in the West totally spooked, talking about tariffs and accusing China of using unfair subsidies to get this price so low. At the end of the day, this car, which people online are calling the People's EV, has done something truly remarkable. It's completely shattered the idea that electric cars are just a luxury item for the rich. It has proven, without a doubt, that an EV can be an affordable, practical tool for everyone. So that leaves us with one last, really big question. Is the Seagull just another affordable car? Or is this the opening shot of a silent revolution that's going to completely transform not just our roads, but the entire global economy forever? Whatever the answer is, one thing is for sure. The game has completely changed. Engineered for the urban jungle, the Seagull's real magic lies in its clever design, which prioritizes city living, compact yet spacious. At just 3.78 meters long, it has a tiny footprint, shorter than many popular city cars, making it ideal for tight parking and narrow streets. The power of the platform. It's built on BYD's advanced E-Platform 3.0, which is specifically designed for electric vehicles. This platform, combined with the slim blade battery, maximizes interior space, making the cabin surprisingly roomy for a 4-seater. Safety first. Despite its affordable price, the Seagull does not skimp on safety features. It's equipped with 6 airbags, an electronic stability program, ESP, and, unusually for a microcar, it even features rear disc brakes. The European version, the Dolphin Surf, has received a 5-star rating from Euro NCAP. Tech that surprises. Step inside the Seagull, and you are immediately greeted by technology you wouldn't expect in this price segment. The rotating screen. Dominating the dashboard is BYD's signature 10.1-inch rotatable touchscreen infotainment system. Digital cockpit. This is paired with a clear 5-inch digital instrument cluster. Unexpected luxuries. Depending on the trim, features include a wireless phone charger, electric adjustment for the driver's seat, and heated exterior rear-view mirrors. Smart driving systems. Newer 2025 versions of the Seagull are being upgraded with advanced driver assistance systems, including the purely visual God's Eye See Higher Intelligent Driving Triple Vision DI Pilot 100. Power and practicality. The Seagull is built for efficient, low-cost, daily driving. Battery options. It is primarily offered with 2 LFP blade battery options. A 30.08 kilowatt-hour pack, giving a CLTC range of 305 kilometers, about 190 miles, or a larger 38.88 kilowatt-hour pack, reaching a CLTC range of 405 kilometers, about 252 miles. Fast charging. Both battery variants support DC fast charging, allowing a charge from 30% to 80% capacity in about 30 minutes. Quick off the line. It's no race car, but the 55 kilowatt, 75 horsepower motor can get the car from 0 to 50 kilometers per hour, 0 to 31 miles per hour, in a zippy 4.9 seconds, perfect for urban traffic. The Seagull's global mission. The Seagull's true impact is its global expansion, which is forcing established automakers to adapt. International identity. To navigate different markets, the Seagull is rebranded. It's the Dolphin Mini in places like Brazil and Mexico, and the Dolphin Surf in Europe. Local manufacturing. To bypass tariffs and reduce costs, BYD is setting up factories outside of China, with the first Seagull rolling off the line in Brazil's Camaçari plant. The company is also building a factory in Hungary to serve the European market. A clarion call. Automotive experts in the West view the Seagull as a clarion call, a warning that, to remain competitive, they must find ways to design and build high-quality, low-cost EVs. The Seagull's cost-effective construction has been praised by engineering firms. Pricing pressure. Even with tariffs and re-engineering for Western markets, the Seagull is expected to sell in Europe for under 20,000 euros, which is well below the affordable electric models planned by competitors like Volkswagen and Stellantis. The BYD Seagull isn't just an EV, it's a masterclass in mass-market electrification. It has proven that a modern, safe, and feature-packed electric car can be built for the average consumer, not just the luxury buyer.